Hello, my beautiful Scorpios. This is V with PharaohsTarot, and I'm here with your weekly elemental water game reading. Thank y'all so much for being here. I truly appreciate y'all. Once again, I just want to say big shout out to the team. We're over 300 subscribers now. Thank y'all so much for tapping in and just really engaging. Your cards are pulled. Before we get started, we will never reach out to you for personal readings or donations. If you would like to book a personal reading or give a donation, all the information is in the description box below. Be sure to make the most of our summer sale, 30% off all of our tarot readings. Visit www.PharaohsTarot.com. Everything you need is in the description box below. Okay, that's the only place you can book a reading. The coupon is already applied, so all you got to do is just tap in, all right? Okay, Scorpio, so while I was shuffling, I was here and cleaning out my closet, okay? So maybe some of y'all literally need to do that. Get rid of a lot of old clutter, because that does affect you energetically. Even if it's something you can't see, your energy is aware of clutter. And clutter is also an indicator of how you're doing internally. So if you've been surrounded by a lot of clutter lately, maybe you're feeling a little mixed up, a little scrambled. So clearing out something physically can help, as within, so without. You know, we always speak on doing the internal cleanses first, and that is often the catalyst for a change. But sometimes if you're feeling confused, you don't know where to start, tidying up your space, cleansing your body, taking a nice bath, nice spiritual bath with some salt, some however you make your teas for your bath, your essential oils, that can help clear up a lot of blockages as well. Okay, so that was just a download before we tap into your reading. Okay, we have the Page of Wands, the Justice, the Hierophant, the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Swords, double 8 back to back, and then we have the Emperor. Okay, I'm hearing there's something that started small that has gotten bigger. It's giving wildfire energy. Maybe it's an idea that seems so massive, something that got bigger than you were able to handle, or that you were able to think you could control. But with this Justice in the Hierophant, you were never meant to do anything alone, Scorpio. Okay, Scorpios do have a tendency to be sort of a bit like loners, you know what I mean? Just enjoy their own personal space. As with their the Scorpion itself, it can be a very like solid a creature that likes a lot of solitude. But with this, it's like the divine is your partner. You got Libra and Taurus here, so this is balancing out how you view yourself. Maybe this is like saying like you are that powerful person that you see yourself as. You are able to handle something. Maybe with this, maybe some of y'all are having legal cases and don't think you can win, or going to school. Some of y'all are going to school for law. Some of y'all are wanting to actually get married, and maybe doing it in an unorthodox way. Maybe like a quick thing or something. I feel like you have the key to your clarity. Yeah, that's in finding balance with who you are. Okay, and like that's really being honest about that. Not trying to figure out what other people need you to be, Scorpio. Okay, what you really want for yourself. What kind of foundation, what kind of legacy do you really want to leave? And you got the Eight of Wands with the Eight of Swords and the Emperor. Just as fast as the information is coming in for you, you blocking it. It's like you just like, bop, bop. That's what you really doing. And the universe is trying to give you this information that you need, but it's like you don't want to see it, you don't want to hear it. Because it may be elevating you to a Emperor-like role, Aries energy. Maybe you don't like all the attention to be on you, right? Because Aries is about the self. You know, they're the leader. But you have to balance that energy within yourself. It's like maybe you feel bad for focusing on yourself so much. Maybe it's easier for you to do things for other people than it is to really lift yourself up, build yourself up, do things for yourself. You got the Wheel of Fortune. Time is here. Time is here for you to get on this wheel, because it's like when the divine brings in a new cycle for you, it makes it easier. It doesn't make it easy. It makes it easier. That means it's the season that you can actualize these things that you've been wanting to manifest quicker than you would if you were out of season. Okay. And the Emperor came out in the Cancerian read. I'm pretty much almost in the same position, so maybe I want to check out the Cancer read. But you have the Eight of Cups with the Empress, okay? So this is a divine counterpart of some sort. This is your inner feminine as well. Okay, boom, I'm reading it two ways. You got the Eight of Cups, the Empress, the Seven of Wands in reverse. I very rarely get reversal cards. It almost never happens over here. And you got the Four of Swords with the Seven of Swords, the Moon, and the Ace of Cups. So tapping in with the Eight of Cups and the Empress and the Seven of Wands and the Four of Swords. This energy, you're walking away from something or something that doesn't honor you, okay? It's like you're not about to fight for it. Okay, this is you. Your inner feminine is like, I know what I'm worth. I know what I deserve. I know my value with that Taurus card. I know who I am now. Okay, I'm going to stand in my power and just be like, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, you got it. And you are walking away gracefully. You sitting there, you're not arguing. You're not doing none of that. You're not pleading. It's just like okay. Okay, some of y'all could be walking away from a Taurus or a Libra with this Empress card here. But you're getting healing from some sort of like something that was hidden. You weren't aware of it. And there's love on the other side of this. What seems to be darkness, what seems to be confusion. There's overflowing love here, and it's crossed by the Queen of Cups. Okay, so you will have more than enough to give and to share, but the divine wants you to give it to yourself first. Whatever you're walking away from, whatever you feel like you didn't want to fight for, you didn't want to, like I said, yeah, this could be a marriage. This could be a job or something like that. This is something like yo, I'm just good. I'm good on that, you know? Like, I've done everything I can do. I'm going to stand in my power here, in my feminine power, because it is healed. And I'm just going to let it be what it is. And the divine is like, okay, after that, you are going to have to take steps to heal from this, so that you want to acknowledge how you feel, Scorpio. You don't want to say like, oh, it doesn't matter. Just because you have the inner strength to walk away from something that doesn't acknowledge your value or no longer serves you, it doesn't mean it doesn't affect you. Okay, you can still be wounded, and if you allow that wounding to fester, it's going to transfer into your next cycle. So, you know, journal, do some voice notes, really get real about how you feel. If it hurts your feelings, it hurts your feelings. If it made you sad to leave, it made you sad to leave. Whatever sort of grieving process you need to go through, do that. Okay, it'll be cleansing for you. But with this Moon card here, you could have Pisces in your chart dealing with Pisces, but this is something, the way maybe you're used to fighting for love. Maybe that's the way you saw it growing up. Like, if you really want somebody or you really want something, you keep fighting for it no matter what. There's a time limit on all that. You go for what you want. Yes, there are times when you have to like push through hurdles, but if this is involving another person, two people have to be in the ring together. You know, you can't just be fighting for a relationship by yourself. If this is something concerning like a job or something like that, you know, you have to stand up for yourself. And if the company or whatever wants you there, they will meet your ideals, meet your demands, meet you halfway, something like that. Okay, but we're moving into the Eight of Pentacles, the Star, period. You working and you healing. You looking good, Scorpio. Aquarius energy. You're embracing your true inner rebellious self that tells you that you can be who you want. You can do who you want in the highest vibrational sense. You can be successful without hurting people, without hurting others, and keeping your integrity and your morality intact. You can do that. And you got the Five of Swords with the Hangman. Period. Okay, let's just pause it right there. Five of Swords with the Hangman. Yeah, there was some sort of manipulation in the past, or maybe there was a way that you thought you had to like move in order. You know how they always say chess, not checkers? Okay, you could be strategic without being manipulative. Okay, and maybe you've been manipulated in the past. Okay, and now you're understanding the grand scheme of things. I'm feeling like you're understanding the big picture. You're understanding how other people think. You may think on a more evolved level, but the reality is not everyone thinks that way. And so you have to be gentle as a dove or wise as a serpent in your dealings with people and how you move. It doesn't mean you match energy, because nobody wins in the Five of Swords. Okay, the person who gets manipulated, definitely doesn't win, and the person who does the manipulation doesn't win, because karma comes around to see all of us, okay? And so with that energy, you yeah, the divine is healing some fear within you about stepping out into a new place, about trying again, about working. Maybe some of y'all are building businesses. Maybe some of y'all are thinking about moving or partnering or something, a next step that needs to be taken. And so they're helping you heal with this star energy. Flowers could be significant for y'all. Maybe putting flowers into your space. But you got the Ace of Wands, three of Wands, and the Page of Swords. Yeah. Okay, so this is the energy of the divine giving you a new zest for life, and now you're trying to decide how you want to move. Okay, you let go of all the toxicity of the past. You've embraced your inner feminine that will allow and attract, and you already sitting in your masculine emperor energy. Both of y'all here. Okay, you bring all of you to the table, Scorpio. Okay, and I feel like I just need to gas you up. Like you got to get that confidence up, Scorpio. Okay, and I know a lot of times you try to find a deeper meaning in things because you're able to see deeper. Sometimes things just are what they are. You know, a mantra is, it is what it is. All right, and so you just got to let things be and move on. Okay, letting go. That's what that earlier cleaning out the closet, letting go. Letting go. And so you have the Ace of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, the Magician, the Seven of Cups, and the Nine of Swords in the crossing position. Okay, the divine, you're getting clarity, you're getting the truth about a situation, maybe the truth about a family situation, the truth about a marriage situation, but at the same time, at the same time, you're understanding why it took so long to reach this happily ever after. You're understanding why it's taking so long to reach a partnership, to reach a certain level of success in your business, to reach these things. Okay, and with this Seven of Cups, there are a lot of options, but you're going to manifest in what you focus on. So this is about you setting your intention and moving in that direction. It's like not being tossed to and fro, okay? Being firmly planted and deeply rooted in your belief in your spirit team, in your values and morals, and then moving from there. That's going to be the biggest, one of the biggest determining factors of which way you should move. Is this in alignment with my purpose? Okay, and if that question kind of scares you, I don't feel like it should by these cards, but if it does, finding out your purpose, finding out what you're here to do is very important. And then that's going to streamline all this energy, but you're manifesting in, I feel like y'all are past that though. It's something that you like really, okay, they're highlighting the coins. Maybe you're putting the money factor in first. And you know, that is important. Your financial stability is important. Keeping a roof over your head, food in your pantry, all of that for sure. But your victory is going to come from you like following your heart, manifesting in from the higher spiritual awareness, and not being anxious, not believing one moment and not believing the next. Believing one moment. Keep your, you know, don't let your mind go to and fro. Otherwise you sit and mix energy out to the universe, to the ethers. All right. So you got the Knight of Cups, the Lovers, Page of Cups, Two of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. So you were moving forward with maybe a Gemini, or maybe with communication to someone. Okay, this could be like a younger, or this could be like a difference in age or experience here with this page and this Knight. But this could be like if you're starting a new business or a new job, this is you moving for that job. If you want to be in a relationship with someone, this is y'all talking about, this is like new energy, but this is you like with this Two of Wands, like really thinking long term, deeply about the big picture. And divine is just saying, take it one step at a time though. Okay, those things are important. You know, whatever it is, if it's a job or if it's a person, you want to get the big deal breakers, the big questions that needs to be answered on the floor immediately for sure. So you know how to move, but you don't want to, you know, overdo it, you know. But the Knight of Pentacles suggests moving one step at a time. Okay, hold on. The music paused 1 second, y'all. Okay, I'm back, Scorpio. Thank y'all. Okay, so with that said, you're single, satisfied, enjoying your time, and you're being patient. Okay, you're building your independence up. yeah, being patient with this Three of Pentacles on who to let into your space. All right, you value yourself too much, and I'm really shout out to the game. Well, I pull a Shaman Oracle card for y'all. Like the video, please. I would really appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you feel moved to join our community, and take advantage of our summer sale that's happening right now. And we're over on TikTok where we go live, gang. Appreciate y'all. All right, Pluto babies, we have the Pachma and the Ardean cross. Okay, communing with nature is going to give you your direction. Okay, some of y'all are very tapped in. Maybe y'all been seeing like spirit animals with this eagle and this child here, but it's something about remembering who you were, remembering the dreams you had when you were younger. You know, you thought it was limitless. All right, and so with that dream, you learn as an adult there are certain tasks that has to be carried out, and there are certain things, there are certain challenges along the path that comes with your dream. Okay, and that's that whole thing about being careful what you wish for isn't something to fear. It's just being more mindful what you wish for. I would say that. Just being, hey, if you want this, understand that this comes with that. Okay, you know, if you want to be the star in the spotlight, understand that, you know, when you step out your house, you're on display. If you want, you know, to be in the spotlight, you know, you're gonna have like some of your personal life scrutinized depending on how much you put out. Something like, it's like that sort of energy. You know, you want to be an artist or a painter. You know, you're gonna have to, you know, train a certain way. There are certain challenges you're gonna face, because that's not a path that always leads to immediate success, but one that is worth it if that's where your heart lies. Okay, it's something like that. Or if you want to be married, what does equal give and take really look like? What are the things inside of your closet that you hide, that if you actually want to partner with a real person, they're gonna have to see? All right, so it's that sort of energy. Oh, y'all really running long, but yeah, get out in nature. It's time to make a step though. Okay, and internally, you know what it is. Maybe with this eagle here, it seems so lofty because you don't see eagles a lot. Okay, they don't really just be kicking it in big crowds and big groups, but they do have the ability to soar above storms. So this is like you going through so much. You have so much wisdom and knowledge now. You know how to rise above a storm. Sometimes you know how to just avoid conflict altogether. Okay, they're going to be ups and downs in life, but you reach a certain status, and the air is thinner, but your lungs are built for it. And there are other eagles as well. So just keep that in mind. It can be a lonely path. All right, but it's worth it. And so you got the curse with the hunter. Yeah, so maybe some of y'all challenges is like, you know, just getting with something just to have something going on. The hunter goes out to hunt, but will not bring home any dead roadkill, will not bring home any potential poisonous plants or trees. It's better to come home with nothing and be at peace with yourself than to come home with something that's going to bring toxicity into your life. Upper world, the divine wants to help you make a decision, Scorpio. So hopefully this was helpful. You've gathered enough information. Now it's time to make the journey. All right, you're very unique. You're made that way for a reason. It's tailored to your purpose, tailored to the plan for your life. You set it in motion, so keep going. All right, so hopefully this was helpful, Scorpio. So much love and light to you. Namaste.